Hello everyone, hope all are good. So today we have with another webinar session uh, regarding E-Invoice Generation from Ginesys and Zwing POS with E-Invoice Reconciliation. So regarding today's webinar session, we have with us our panelists and speakers. Our panelist, Mr. Gagan Mendiratta, Senior Team Lead EaseMyGST Operation. Our keynote speakers, Mr. Karan Mehta, Business Development Manager, EaseMyGST Operation. Ms. Nishtha Jain, EaseMyGST Operation. So guys, stay tuned with us. I forwarded to all the panelists. So guys, please continue with today's session.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar session. Let's start for agenda today. So agenda will be divided by two parts. Part A covering by me. First, I can explain what is E-Invoice, its function, rules. Second, E-Invoice generation through Ginesys POS and Zwing POS. Third, outward E-Way generation through Ginesys ERP. Part B will be covering a Nishtha Jain by colleague. She will be explain how to get e-invoicing from government portal. Second, e-invoice reconciliation with GST Sales Register. Third, how to get match and mismatch no iron and only iron invoices. So hope clear. So go ahead, next part. So before we starting, let's introduce EaseMyGST. EaseMyGST is SaaS-based cloud software solution for GST compliance. EaseMyGST is part of Ginesys One Group, where we are providing Ginesys ERP clients for GST return, E-way bill, and e-invoicing. So let me tell you start what is e-invoice and its rules. So invoice is a document where we need to mention IRN number and QR code given government of India. It's compulsory for the companies having turnover of 5 CR from 1 August 2023. The invoice transaction covered for B2B stand for business to business, business to government, export credit debit notes. Once e-invoice created, it can only within 24-hour cancellation option. User need follow a validation by government mentioned below. Is correct HSN code, UKC code, PIN codes, GST numbers below 100 correct address, and 10 digital numerical mobile numbers, correct tax and tax details, many more as per the government schema. Right now, no limit was given of invoice data, but coming days, government will coming with limit of 7 days for e-invoice generation. So I can explain now how it's working. My EaseMyGST generation, e-invoice and E-way. This is a structure of API structure. We are providing in ERP in generate button working through API. You can click your invoice through generate button. API automatic working send data to EaseMyGST and EaseMyGST send to government portal different like IRP, NIC and GSTN. And you get response from your ERP. So ERP API working so millisecond and backend and go to fast working. So I can start from Ginesys POS module. So this is a snapshot of billing module. You can reflect your all invoice here. And if you want generate a e-invoice, you can click to get e-invoice generation details. One pop-up window is automatic open. You can select see your document number and click to generate button. Generate IRN. Few millisecond IRN will be reflecting here automatically. You can check a response, and if you want to cancel, the option will be in, within 24 hours. You can click in 24 cancellation button. API will be automatic working and cancel your IRN code, IRN number in Ginesys POS. One pop-up is reflecting here, like your invoice now cancelled successfully. The response in pop-up on your Ginesys module, POS module. So now I can explain how it's working Ginesys ERP HO module. This is a snapshot of HO module. You can go in admin part and click to utility option. My all connector reflecting here, like scan data to EaseMyGST, E-Invoice Generator, E-Way Generator. The button will be reflecting here. Click to the button like E-Invoice Generation. You can select a generation module and your site. You can select also date and your all invoice reflecting here. If you want to select multiple, either one by one, you can click here and proceed to generate. Invoice API automatic working and create your IRN number on your HO module. You can see IRN number, acknowledgement number, and acknowledgement date here. If then there is reflecting a print option, you can see a print QR code. They're reflecting a IRN number, acknowledgement number, and acknowledgement date. This is how it's working, Ginesys module working through EaseMyGST. Now I'm explaining a Zwing POS. This is a cloud-based solution. When you create an invoice, there is reflecting an invoice option. And you can click the invoice option, automatic. You can see invoice module, E-way module reflecting here. Click to button and API will be automatic works. Few milliseconds, you can check response, your IRN will be automatic generate. You can see a QR code, you can see your agreement number, you can see agreement date, you can see all type of details we are providing here. So I can go next slide. So what is we are offering? We are providing a real-time integration with Ginesys part. Ginesys part, because we are a part of Ginesys and we create a connector with this. You can select a multiple invoice with the API through workings automatically, and your response fetch in your Ginesys POS also. And we are also providing one real-time application. You can log in also. You can multiple option role permission we can provide to you, and this is a cloud-based application for you. You can use anywhere. You can open anywhere, and you can provide to role different type to different employees also. And we are also providing a app application for E-way and IRN application. The same application working, there's a cloud-based solution. You can log in and you can check your all details in the one window. We are also providing a printable invoice document. You can print here. If you want to change your template, so we are providing to your own template, your Excel sheet also, and PDF upon to you. And the software we working is automatic validation check. We are checking your all type of like HSN code, UKC code. You can pin code checking the API and EaseMyGST working equal, and check your all validation checks. And we are providing also report also with IRN. You can see all type of reports. You can check multiple reports, like how many invoices this generate, how many E-way generate. You can download and save it on your own system. And one thing, we are providing a very special dedicated account manager for you, only for you. They can provide you full training. They can providing a full support to you. You no need to call anyone else. You can call to direct support accounting number, and they are providing you full to support end to end. So real-time support I can provide to you. So part B, we our live session, working session, provided by Nishtha. So hand over to Nishtha. Nishtha will be explain all live session. So over to you, Nishtha.
Okay, thank you, Karan. Also, first of all, I want to extend my appreciation for each one of you for taking the time and to be here today. So in the further webinar, we are going to discuss the challenge. I hope my screen is visible. So this is the EaseMyGST portal where you can see this is the dashboard of EaseMyGST where you can go to the bulk operation. This is the dashboard where we can sync our data on EaseMyGST. So if you are Ginesys user, we have automatically integrated with Ginesys. So in a single click, as Karan showed you, we can sync our every GSTR1 data, GSTR2 data, doc issued file. Doc issued means the document summary which we require at the time of GSTR1 filing. So in a single click, we can sync the data on EaseMyGST, and the people who are not using the Ginesys, we have the bulk upload feature here. We have the template. We can provide you the template where you can upload. You can enter your data, multiple GSTs data in a single file where we can upload it here, and it will bifurcate to the GST by on. Okay, so the first process is we just have to sync the data through the Ginesys, where we have the option sync to EaseMyGST. We just have to select a particular GST and we can select multiple GST together. So select the GST particular month, then sync it to the EaseMyGST. So once you've done the synchronization, it will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes. So data will reflect here. As you can see, it is showing one file, it is in success. So if your data is having any structural error in your data, means if you are having any format related error in your data, it will reflect here in a failure form. So you can read your errors in a very simple language. So suppose you must be thinking what kind of error we are going to face here. So if you are having any wrong HSN, if you are using 7-digit, 9-digit HSN, it will reflect you that in this line number we do have that one HSN. So you have to correct that. Also, we recommend you to correct your ERP together so that we can manage and rectify the ERP so that we don't face the similar kinds of errors next time. Okay, again and again. Also, what kind of error we can face here? First is HSN invalid, and other one is GST invalid. Sometimes at the place of 1 we enter the I, and at the place of I we enter 1. The similar mistakes we follows, which can be correct here. Okay, so if your data is in success, you don't need to work anything here. If your data is already in success, we can proceed further. Okay, so you just have to go in the GST, which is Telangana. I'm selecting the Telangana. You can select the GST from in which you are working. So I'm selecting Telangana. Here you have the options returns. We do have multiple returns. Right now I am working on GSTR1. So I will select only GSTR1. Here you will get your uploaded files here. Now you have to go view section. And you have to select the month. I have selected May month, and it is the file data. I am showing the file data, and so in the view section we will get invoice level wise data. Okay, so here you will be able to see your document details. See, here are the document details and HSN summary. Which it is auto populated by EaseMyGST only. You don't need to prepare HSN summary separately. Or the document details also coming through integration. So you don't need to work on the document details or HSN summary. We just require your data, which is already generated by Ginesys. So if you are doing an entry and posting your data will synchronize on EaseMyGST by one. You don't have to work further on that. Okay. So this is the view section where we have the invoice level wise data, and we have multiple criteria where we can see multiple filters here, and you can select the particular filter as per your requirement. If you want to see a particular invoice number, if you want to check particular counterparty, you have that option. You can use it, and you can apply the filter. Okay, if you want to see, suppose I want to see only B2B, so I can select only B2B. I have to go invoice type where we can see the regular B2B, and I will apply the filters. So as you can see, only the B2B is showing here. So if you're here also we may have the errors also. If you are applying wrong tax, if you are applying wrong place of supply, if you are entering, if you have not entered your GST in the B2B transaction, it will reflect the errors. Right now there is no errors. So for giving you the idea how errors going to look like, so you can go to I am showing the warnings how it is going to look like. So you just have to click here and you will see the warnings in errors in very simple language. Okay, you can read out those errors at that time. If you are having any error, you have to just click on that error. The error file will come here. Okay, after that you can correct those errors and upload the file here. Once you have validated the data, then the main process of e-invoice reconciliation is there. So which is the main agenda of ours. So we are giving this webinar for this because we have to explain you what is the e-invoice reconciliation. So let me just clear first why we are doing the e-invoice reconciliation. Okay, so as you all already know that at the for the e-invoicing, we are reporting our sales. We are providing the sales data to the government as in the form of e-invoice. And in GSTR1 also, we are providing a sales report. Okay, so this both data should match as per our compliance. So managing the compliance, your e-invoice data should match with your GSTR1 data. Okay, just to avoid the government notice and just to maintain your compliance, we have to do the e-invoice reconciliation. So I am explaining the process now, how we can do the e-invoice reconciliation. So first we have to check our data, validate the data. If the data is okay, there is no error, then you can go to the e-invoice reconciliation. We have to click on Get Invoices. Here we have the option section where we can download all section data in a single click. Also, if you want to only download B2B, or if you just want to download export, you think that I just want to download export, you can select particular section also. What we do, we select all and click on the Get Invoices. We have to wait for a couple of minutes. After that, you have to wait for it is complete. So you have to wait. At that time, it will show you the new status is new, and we have to wait for complete. Once it's complete, we can work further. So it just take 1 minute to fetch the data. Okay, in this process, we are fetching the data which is already present on the government portal. Okay, once it is complete, you can check the data in your summary view. So here we have two verification auto-populated data and non-auto-populated data. What are they? So auto-populated means the data which is already auto-populated on government portal. Means it is you have generated those iron and it is showing on GST portal, and it is coming in your GSTR1. So we have the verification and count. You can read out these numbers of B2B credit note. Also, we have that non-auto-populated data, which means you have generated those iron. But what happened? Invoice data takes 48 hours to auto-populate. So in the meantime, this generation is done, but auto-population is not done. So if you want to check what is my non-auto-populated data, you can check and easily download this. Okay. Also, some of our clients frequently ask us, can you show the non-auto-populated data? So with this feature, you can download this file and you can check which data is not auto-populated and which is already auto-populated. So this is just a summary view. It is not the reconciliation. I will explain the reconciliation later. So here you can see the invoice level view where we can download the B2B credit note in the separate file if you need. And you can check the count, how much invoices are there. Okay, so let's go to the recon view. It's the recon view where we have 4 categories match, in which as you can see, let me show. So as you can see here, we have the comparison table as per upload and as per e-invoice. What are these? As per upload means your sales upload, which we have uploaded on EaseMyGST, which you are having in Ginesys, means your books. And as per e-invoice means the iron data which is already auto-populated on government portal. So we are showing the comparison in between. So where you can see the data which is completely matching with your e-invoice data will reflect in match category. So if you can check the invoice number, it is showing the count, how much invoices are in match category. Okay, let's go to the next category, which is mismatch. Mismatch means if you have generated those items, means data is present in our books and data is already present on government portals also, but there is some verification, there is some difference in that data. As you can see in the first invoice, and you just have to double click. You can check those difference on UI also. you can see this is showing in red color that invoice value is not matching. There is some point of difference. So it will come in your mismatch. If you are having wrong place of supply, if you are having wrong tax amount, means if there is any difference in wrong tax amount, it will reflect here. So at this time, you must be thinking, what we have to do for the mismatch, right? For that, so we have two options, GSTR1 upload or GSTR1 e-invoice. If you think your uploaded data is correct, means you want to file your uploaded data. What EaseMyGST do? We sync this data to government portal, means your uploaded data will replace your government portal e-invoice data. So your filing amount will be correct. You can match this amount with your books. So there will be no issue. If you think that the issue is in our book, invoice data is correct, then you can correct those invoices in our books. Then it will come in match category. Okay. So this is the mismatch. And what is only iron? So the only iron, as you can see here, as per upload table is blank. That means you don't have the sales upload. You don't have that data in our books, but it is already presented on government portal. There can be multiple reasons why that is not coming on our books, but it is reflecting on e-invoice portal. It is reflecting, it is auto-populated in your GSTR1. So the reason can be the first, if suppose if you are dealing with the online sale, there can be chances the online seller is making e-invoice, generating e-invoice on the behalf of you. So it's on you. If you want to continue, if you want to go with this e-invoice data, we can simply add this data in our format and file. If you think that this e-invoice data is not needed to file, we have that option. We can select these invoices and simply delete from here. So this only iron data should be deleted. Okay, if you do want to file, we have the template. We can simply add that data in that template and upload on EaseMyGST here. So why we are adding this data? Some people think that they can easily file with the e-invoicing part, but there is some HSN mismatch. There can be such a HSN mismatch. So for maintaining the compliance, you should have to enter the data in your books also. Okay. Also, the next category is the no iron. What is the no iron? No iron means the data is present in your books. Data is in your books, but it is not. But you have not generated the e-invoice. That's why it is not auto-populated on e-invoice. There may be chances you have generated those invoice, but it is not auto-populated yet. Okay. So at that time, you can check these invoices. We have the feature, we can download separate only no iron category, where you can provide this file to your e-invoice team, where they can check what is the missing invoice and those. So you can check, you can find out the how many e-invoices pending for iron generation. So I hope this categories is clear to you. Also here we have some criteria, some feature is we can find out the same feature which I have showed in the view section. You can search the particular counterparty GST. You can use the iron number and you can check the iron status. Is it active or cancelled? There may be chances you have generated one iron and you have cancelled it later. So you can check that also and you can map the difference. Also, we have that feature auto drafted status, where you can find which data is auto populated, and if you have deleted at the time of GST invoicing, is it delete or deletion failed? You can find out that also, and if the auto population failed, you can check those also. Then there can be lots of reasons why auto population failed. So you can find out the way why which invoices are not auto populated. If there is any invoice which I have deleted, is it deleted or not? If there is any deletion fail, if there any auto population failed. So we can cover all those things in the e-invoice reconciliation. Okay, so once you have done your e-invoice reconciliation, what we have to do, we have to go to the GSTR1 summary, where we can create GSTR1 summary, and here we have the option where you can see the taxable, means B2B amount, taxable amount, IGST amount, what are the how much B2B you have, how much B2C you have, how much credit note you have, how much export, all the category as per the government tables. We have this Also, we have one HSN summary calculation. So people who are matching their account with the P&L account, if they want to match with the ledgers, they can easily match this. Means the proper, we are providing you the total sale. You can match with your ledgers. Later on, we can file. Also, we help our clients to match this data. If there are any difference, if there are any issue, we help the clients on the live basis to match this data with the P&L account and ledgers. Okay. Also, as you can see here, you can in this table it is showing EMG and GST. What does it mean? EMG means the data which is present on EaseMyGST. If the data is matching, it is file data. That's why it is showing. I am just showing you the another month so that I can show how it is going to show if we have not submitted the data to government portal. So this is the summary. Means till yet we have not synced this data to government portal. Okay, so for if you match the summary, it is only showing the EMG right now. So we just have to sync this data to the government portal. Once it is synced, you can check the saved status here. You will get the tick here. If there is any error, means suppose government is throwing any error, it will show here. If your turnover is larger than 5 crore, and if you are still using 4-digit HSN, so you will get that error here, error that you are using 4-digit HSN, but your turnover is exceeding. So you have to correct that. Also, if at the time of filing the counterparty become inactive, means you have entered your data in B2B, but at the time of filing, we get to know that the counterparty become inactive due to multiple reasons. So at that time, you can correct those invoices also. So here you will get the data, you will get the errors which are reflecting through government portal. If there is no error, it will show you the tick. Okay, so once you click on this, you have that feature generate GST in summary. Once you generate GST in summary, you will see the comparison between AMG and government portal GST. So you can match the data. Is it matching or not? After that, if you have matched the data, you can go to the file where we have this where you can file your data. So it is, as you can see, it is showing HSN summary is blank. So EaseMyGST provide the feature where you can find, you can check, we check your error until we file. Means if you are by mistake your document details is blank, if your HSN summary is not matching, you left that, it will show that your HSN summary is not matching with your B2B minus credit note. Okay, so that we can cover here. Once you have checked that there is no error, there is no wording, you can simply click on this and you have both options. You can file with EVC or DSC. Okay. So this is the GSTR1 process. Let me just summarize this again. I am summarizing the GST process, whole GSTR1 process, what we have done. Okay, so first what we done, we have just synced the data through Ginesys, or if you are not going with the integration method, we have template, we can simply enter the data. Okay, so you have just entered the data here. We can apply, you have to check the errors, that if there is no error, you can proceed further. You have to go to Telangana, means your state in which you are working, go to the return, select GSTR1. Also here you can validate your data, then go to the get invoices, select the sections, click on the get invoice. After that, check summary and invoice level view. After that, go to the recon where we have 4 categories. Let me quickly explain them again. Match category means the data which is completely matching with your books. Mismatch means the data it is matching with the books, means invoice you have generated, but there is some difference, which that's why it is coming in mismatch category. Or only error means the data which you have generated, but the data is not present in your books. Means you have generated the e-invoice, but books, there is no invoice is present in our books. Okay, the no iron means the data which is present in our books, but it is not coming on government portal. It is not auto-populated yet. After that, we just have to create the summary and match with your book. After that, you can simply file. So this is the GSTR1 process. Also, for the people who are using the template method, they want to go with the template. I am explaining you how EaseMyGST templates looks like. This is the GSTR1 file which I have downloaded. Here you will get the e-invoice type. All the data is coming in one single file where you can check your B2B, B2C, B2CS. also export, enter infra, invoice value, taxable value, IGST value. And also we do have one feature. If you are the Ginesys user, we have the plant code column here. You can check your sales as plant code wise, which is the good feature. Also, we have some customized MIS report also for that. Okay, you can check with them later. Okay, there is the one plant code column where you will find your plant code wise data. So we have that also. So let me back to the portal. This is GSTR1 process is complete. This is the one process, and we do have some MIS report. Later on, you can connect us with the support. We will happy to explain you that MIS report also. So now I have some questions which clients frequently ask with us at the time of GSTR1 filing. So we have entered the real-time scenario in that question. So and also if you have any query, you can enter the amount. You can send your questions in the chat box. We will happy to answer them after this question. Okay, so as you can see, first question is, what is E-Invoice Reconciliation? So this is the first question which client asks when they are coming in that scenario that they have to generate E-Invoice. They ask why we have to do the reconciliation. So E-Invoice reconciliation is a process where we match GSTR1 sales data with the invoices which we have created on Govt portal, which I have explained earlier at the time of invoice reconciliation. Why we are doing the invoice reconciliation? Just to match the difference, just to maintain the compliance, just so that you file correct amount of invoice and correct amount of GSTR1. Also, just to avoid that government notice. Government is so strict right now till that time, so we are managing the compliance with the E-Invoice reconciliation. Okay, the next question is, how does E-Invoice reconciliation simplifying the GSTR1 filing process? Yeah, so E-Invoice reconciliation definitely simplifying the GSTR1 filing process, because as you can see, we are reducing the chances of error and mismatch. Okay, there may be chances you have generated some wrong E-Invoice. Okay, but you have missed that, and at the time of filing you are getting mismatched data on Govt portal, and it is hard to find which invoice is not matching. So E-Invoice reconciliation can help you to find out which invoice is not matching, which is the extra invoice, and it provides you high data accuracy. Also, it's reduce the manual efforts. You don't have to find that invoice one by one in the Excel sheet with the VLOOKUP. We can easily providing that on EaseMyGST. Okay. The next question is, does EaseMyGST automatically do invoice reconciliation? No. EaseMyGST is not giving you the option that the invoice reconciliation is done by on. It's on you. If you want to do the invoice reconciliation, you just have to click on Get Invoices. In a single click, you can download the data. After that, you can perform the reconciliation. Reconciliation will be done. Okay, the next question is there a separate GSTR1 form for e-invoicing? No, there is no separate form for the GSTR1 invoicing. E-invoicing means you have generated those e-invoices, it will auto-populate it on GST portal. There is no separate form that we can differentiate the e-invoicing GSTR1 or GSTR1. It's same. Okay. Webinar. Okay, the first question is the same. What is the e-invoice reconciliation? It is already explained. Is my screen is showing? Okay, from the seconds sheet I have to. Okay, so yeah, fourth question was, is there a separate GSTR1 for invoicing? No, there is no GSTR1 form for e-invoicing. So people relate GSTR1 with the e-invoice GSTR1. There is no difference between GSTR1 and e-invoice GSTR1. We have just one GSTR1. But the invoice, if you are generating the e-invoice, it will auto-populate it on Govt portal. So there is no different form. You have to file GSTR1, but invoicing is different thing. Okay, there is no different form. And the next question is, how can I proceed if there is some invoices data present in only item category? This question I have took already in the at the time of explaining the invoice reconciliation, where we go to know that there can be multiple reasons why that data is coming in only item category. Okay, where I have provided gave you the example of the online sales, that there may be chances the seller is raising a invoice, generating the invoice on the behalf of you. So it's on you if you want to data to file, if you want them to file those invoices, firstly you have to check those only identity. If this data is needed to be filed, you have to enter those invoices in your books. So EaseMyGST provide that feature. You can easily amend the invoices on EaseMyGST. We can simply enter the data, we can simply edit the data, we can provide the amendment, we can do all these things here. Also, if you think that this only item category doesn't require, you don't need to file, you don't want to file, we have that option. We can simply select all invoice and delete. Okay. The next question is, how can I match my books versus invoice data? Okay, so yeah, we have the clients to match their GSTR1 summary with their trial account, with their PNL account. Once they have matched the books, if their data is completely matching, they can perform the reconciliation, E-Invoice reconciliation, where they can match the GSTR1 with the books. Okay. The next question is, what can be the reason for the mismatch between E-Invoice and GSTR1? Okay, so there can be more reason of mismatching. Just allow me 1 minute. Is it coming? Okay. Okay, it's coming. Yeah. So what can be reason for mismatch between E-Invoice and GSTR1? Okay, if you have generated iron with the different values, if you are entering your data at the time of E-Invoice generation, your team has entered the round of value, but in your books you are completely having perfect value, so it will come in your mismatch category. Okay, so if you have entered the wrong place of supply at the time of invoice generation and book is having different places of supply, it will show you this kind of difference in mismatch category. Okay, so you may have the question, what we have to do for the mismatch invoice. Okay, if you want to proceed with the books data, if you think that books data is correct, invoice data is not correct, there is some point difference, but we want to go with in books data. So EaseMyGST provide that feature. We can easily sync our data to government portal. It will not duplicate the data. It will not make any duplication. The data will replace the invoice data completely. If there is any difference, EaseMyGST data will sync on government portal. Okay. The next question is, what type of report EaseMyGST provides, which I've told you that we have all the reports of invoicing. You can select the month-wise report, and we can download GSTR1 file report, and we do have MIS reports customized, which is created as per the government requirements. So we have created some report. You can check those report. We have the pie charts for the file report. You can check your summary wise data and invoice wise data. Also, we provide the error reports so that you can correct the error in your ERP, so that we don't face similar kind of issue again and again. We don't face same errors. Okay. The next question is, what is 7-day notification and how reconciliation will helpful? What is 7-day notification? Currently, we don't. The government has not issued that notification that there is no limit right now. But we have that. We have the intuitions, and we have the people are saying that past 7 days it is coming in the future. So we have to make the generation within 7 days. So for Ginesys user, will be able to download daily past 7 days report through Ginesys also. Also on EaseMyGST also we can find out those invoices which we have not generated. With the help of no iron category, you can download the whole data where you have not generated for the whole month or for you can. And we do have that feature of EaseMyGST. You can sync the data on EaseMyGST multiple times. Okay, so for that, with that you can in between before the filing, you can check your invoice data with your books, so you can find out the difference. Also, can we do the pan level reconciliation, which I have explained? We do have the pan level in reconciliation where we can easily reconcile. We can easily reconcile the pan level data. Means if you are having multiple GST, we can reconcile those in the single window, where we have to just download these. We just have to request the data. We have to get invoices here. You can simply select the and get invoices. Once you have get, you can check the history here if it is downloaded or not. Once your data is completely downloaded, you can go to the bulk perform recon, where you have to select return period and just add. In this section, I am selecting all the GST which I have right now. Okay, so if you are having multiple GST, there is no limit. If you are having 28, 30 GST, you can simply click on the in the pan level, and all the GST will select at the time. You can simply reconcile your data in a single click. Okay, so as you can see, GSTR1 invoice request accepted. So here also, where we can download this report here, GSTR1 reconciliation report and all. Okay. So also I have explained everything, almost everything I have covered everything about the GSTR1. So if you are having any question, I am waiting. Just raise the question in your question box. I have some questions here. So first question is, invoice accounted June 23. Can I generate e-invoice in July 23? So yes sir, you can generate the invoice in next month as well. Right now, government has extended the cutoff date. Once government take the rule that you have generated the invoice in 7 days of invoice generation, so you have to generate within the limit. So we don't know what can government come with the next notification. Okay, so right now there is no limit. How can I delete some invoices in GST portal through EMG not pertaining to June month? Okay, yeah, we can easily delete those invoices on EaseMyGST, where we can simply we can delete the invoice from the only add-in tab, where we have the option to select and delete, which I have explained. So yeah. So in EMG, I have 3552 B2B invoices, but in government portal it is 3557. How can I delete 5 invoices on government portal? I guess I have already took these questions on at the time of explaining you, but we can easily find out those invoices in your only item category, and you have the option, you can select and delete simply. Okay. So with this I just want to we are ending this webinar, and once again, thank you everyone for coming, for giving us time, and we would love to answer your queries. You can raise your answer in your support ID on our support mail. I'm providing the support mail ID.
Thank you everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar session. Thank you all our panelists and speakers. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.